Adele Moy, and I'm a director on the Dr. C.L. Smith Foundation. Clifford Leon Smith was my father. I worked for him for many years, and I think that's where I developed my passion for children. He loved working with children because he said that they heal so quickly. While I was working for my father, my cousin had an idea to start a preschool. And I sort of created a job for myself because I thought, okay, he'll retire one day and it's a job for me to do.
My grandfather was a true inspiration to not only myself, my family, friends, as well as the greater community in which we lived. I think to give some context as to the background is to go back to the circumstances in which he grew up, which was during apartheid. During those days, he wasn't allowed to qualify as a doctor. And so he spent the first year in Fort Hare, and then only in the second year was he able to then transfer to the then Transvaal Wits University, where he was able to qualify as one of the few doctors of color. He then had a stunning career that spanned several decades. He represented the district commission in Lesotho. He was the first district surgeon for the city of Johannesburg. And later on in his life, he saw the needs and the plight of people in our community. And then he undertook to go for counselor of Ward 70.
This is Little People Preschool. We moved into these premises in 1995 after having been in a church hall for 10 years. It was always our vision to build a preschool that would be more conducive for children to learn. And a shining light in the community.
In the later years of his career, he saw the plight of his people, and that's when he went and became councillor of Coronationville. And he represented Coronationville over several years, and in fact the Southwest District then gave him an award for the lifetime achievement of the work he did within the community.
We were in the church hall for 10 years. It was not easy. Every Friday they had to pack away everything, and Mondays unpack, and then the hall was used as a multi-purpose center also, so it was the cleaning we first had to contend with. And the idea was just there that we needed premises to be more conducive for children to grow, develop and learn. And we made inquiries from City of Johannesburg. We acquired property in Riverlea Extension 2, and that's, the building started. It took 5 years. And eventually in 1995 we moved into the school premises where we're currently at. And every day when I am at work, I am constantly reminded about the center and the journey we have traveled to get it all up and going. And it was officially opened by Dr. Clifford Leon Smith on the 11th of February. I came to be involved with the foundation because when my dad passed on, my son had said he would like to honor his legacy. I didn't know how or what, but 5 years later, he formed the Dr. C.L. Smith Foundation. And I headed the early childhood development sector because I've been busy with early childhood development for so many years.
My grandfather passed away in 2008, and I remember at his funeral with his coffin going through the furnace. I remember standing there thinking, what a man, what a life that he's lived, and I'd love to pay tribute to that legacy. And the name Dr. C.L. Smith is a tribute to his legacy and the work he did.
My name's Darren August, and I have to say one of the things I love about being associated and being a director on the Dr. C.L. Smith Foundation is just the passion that the foundation has for seeing real tangible change. 2015, I remember being on stage at the National Teaching Awards. I was the Master of Ceremonies. I walked off stage and there was only one seat left in the audience, and it happened to be next to Malcolm. I hadn't met him before, and we just got chatting about what it is that I do and what it is that he does, and I was just so moved by the passion that he shared for seeing communities be different, his passion for teacher development and his passion for really just pushing boundaries, and that's what really drew me to him. I absolutely didn't even hesitate when he asked me to get involved in the work that the foundation does. After that, I got to have a little bit of a look into the work at the preschool with little people and the work that Adele does, and it was all just so inspiring. And as a dreamer, that obviously is what drew me into it.
I'm passionate about ECD because I think on my journey I just grew to love what I was doing, to see how the children grow and now to hear of their different careers that they've gone into. The preschool was their foundation.
The focus areas of the Dr. C.L. Smith Foundation is in community development, specifically in the areas of education. In the education space, we've got an initiative which is an international award-winning project, Sibuza.net. It's an online professional learning community where we connect teachers with their peers as well as all the other stakeholders in the basic education ecosystem. So government, business, education agencies, unions, corporate social investment, non-profit companies as well as professionals. And the idea is to empower teachers and provide them with the tools and support they need to perform at their best. And the idea then is that, through those initiatives, we are then able to see an increase in learner performance.
A few years ago, because of my work in early childhood development, I thought about developing resources for early childhood development. And that's how the Isitumbo Early Childhood Development Series was born. The aim of the project is to give children an understanding of life skills. So the first series is called Who Am I? And it guides children on just how to become the best people they are meant to be. The second series involves how people grow. And the third series, what people need to grow. So it's all about learning about ourselves and understanding so that we can become the best people whom we are meant to be.
These are really great resources that ECD practitioners can use to promote literacy and numeracy in their classrooms. Unfortunately, a lot of practitioners don't have access to afford these resources. On our part, we've made it freely available to teachers to download on our professional learning community, Sibuza.net. We are, however, grateful to corporate partners who have generously sponsored for teachers to get access to these.
One of the most amazing things about the foundation is that it's a real tangible tool to facilitate change. We're able to bring together the strengths of so many different individuals, thinking about the work that I do in teacher development and how that complements the work on the Sibuza.net platform. Also, just as an author and as a publisher, able to help and facilitate the process of Adele's books and getting that to be a real great tangible tool that makes such a difference in the early childhood development space.
Partnerships are at the core of what we do. Some of our partnerships include Investec, who we worked with in 2015 to pilot the Sibuza project. We've then seen partnerships also with Telkom back in 2017, and probably our biggest achievement was working with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who funded our project in 2018 as part of the Grand Challenge Award recipients. More recently, we've been working with MasterCard Foundation, who've identified us as an innovation in the edtech space that they could help grow onto the continent. We have numerous other projects. In the sporting sector, we've worked with communities to raise funds for Cale Wykes, who's an aspiring golfer. We've supported the family in making sure that he was able to travel to Scotland and Malaysia to compete in international tournaments. And it's just an inspiration to see him also from Rivoli go from strength to strength to realize his ambition of one day playing professional golf. More recently, we've partnered with the City of Johannesburg. They've sponsored 2 of our annual book fairs and have made it possible for us to distribute books, coloring books and stationery to kids who are coming from under-resourced and previously disadvantaged areas.
And the purpose of the book fair is to encourage literacy, but again, the desire is never for it to just be exclusive and serve only a small amount of people, when literally right across the road is an informal settlement where children possibly would never ordinarily have their own storybook. And so it's really been our heartbeat to do something about that, and it's absolutely amazing to see it come to fruition, that we've been able to do it 2 years in a row. I think what's so exciting for me is the fact that today, besides encouraging reading, we're actually making sure that we do something about ownership of books, because so few children, I think statistics says about 1 in 8 children will ever own their own storybook. And so I'm so excited that we're going to be able to distribute books for these little children to own and start reading.
And reading is very important, because I love one of the quotes I just received recently that says, "A child who reads today is an adult who thinks tomorrow."
It is quite important for children to read, because if you get them at that early stage, then the motivation and the instinct, the love and the interest in reading will actually blossom as they grow.
I think children need to be encouraged to read. A reader is definitely a leader, and with the stats being what it is in South Africa, initiatives like this within our communities will definitely encourage little ones from foundation phase to pick up a book and read, and dreams begin with opening one book. Just one book is all it takes.
Thank you very much for my books.
Today was very nice, and I liked the stories about the books.
Thank you for the books. It's so inspiring, and thank you for the bags. They are so beautiful. Thank you.
The function was very nice. I was very interested, and thank you very much for having the Readers Are Leaders today.
Please don't forget that books are very special.
The foundation has very bold and ambitious plans for the future. In the spirit and legacy of my grandfather, Dr. C.L. Smith, we want to ensure that people have potentials, and so we are looking to unlock opportunities. The vision is to build a multi-purpose center that will be an expansion of the preschool.
So we're very pleased that we were able to secure this land also. And now the vision is just to complete the building and to get the projects going.
I think one of the things that excites me is the ability to host masterclasses for authors. I think it's so inspiring to see that a whole series of books was literally birthed here by Adele, and imagine being able to now impart all of that knowledge and that skill into people to start writing more and more books.
Imagine a community where entrepreneurs have access to office space and facilities where they can conduct their business. Imagine an arts and crafts person who's able to teach kids how to express their creativity. Imagine ballet and those types of extracurricular activities that can take place at the center.
The vision of the foundation is really what drives me and what gets me going. Also, the fact that we are now pursuing this dream of building a center where people's lives can be impacted on a daily basis. It's amazing to be able to use a tool like this to raise funds and make sure that the funds that are available to help communities actually gets to their communities, because we're in the community, we're there, we're right there where the people need the change. We see the problems on a daily basis.
By unlocking opportunities, we look at what the current system is, and then we imagine a world that's different. We imagine a world that is more inclusive and more equitable, where more people can participate, where more people are developed personally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And those are the types of opportunities that we work within.
I think we take for granted just how powerful and what a huge impact one person can make. And so you might be watching this video and thinking that, or considering getting involved and wondering how you could make a difference. And it literally starts by just doing something. It could be something small. It could be literally donating some of your resources and allowing us to facilitate getting that into the hands of people who need it.
The foundation is very progressive, and we welcome the opportunity to work with communities and other stakeholders in uplifting our communities and providing them with opportunities to reach their potential. So if you want to support our work or get involved, please do get in touch. We look forward to working with you.
And so partner with us today and let's see real change where it matters most.
The Dr. C.L. Smith Foundation, driving positive change.